Anyway.
Hey everybody, Bill and Deb.
Hi there.
What is it, about noon today?
Probably,
Yeah,
I don't know.
right around noon. You're not squinting today.
No, I brought out the sunglasses
Deb
today.
told me that I was not allowed to set her up in the sun.
Squinting into the sun.
Squinting into the sun. But she wore her sunglasses today, so that helped. Right?
Yeah, I can't help it if my eyes start watering.
Well, that's true.
I'm allergic to the sun,
true.
I guess. What a horrible thing to be allergic to.
This is Saturday, the day before Christmas Day, and how did our night go last night?
Well, as y'all know, we were fully expecting it to drop out the bottom.
Yeah.
And but we did not have the high wind that they were predicting
No.
that I know of. Now, we don't
No.
hear the wind in this trailer like we did the other trailer.
No, it's for some reason. It's, I don't know.
We don't know. But I woke up about 1:45, 2 o'clock and said, Bill, I think electricity just went off.
I heard the automatic transfer switch. Whenever the power goes off, it makes a thunk.
So that's what woke me up.
Right, and that's what woke you up. And I kind of heard it too, but I think I was in a deeper sleep than you were.
It's like, wait a minute.
But so we had no idea why the power went off. We couldn't figure it out. It didn't really feel that cold outside, and I opened the door and it didn't seem like the wind was blowing that much. But that's neither here nor there.
We had no power.
Exactly. But what did we do?
Bill just flipped some buttons and switches, and all of a sudden we had to let power again, and we could turn the heat pump back on.
I flipped on the inverter, and we were back in business.
I guess you need to write all that down word for word so I know how to do it.
Well, eventually I'm going to go ahead and mount the remote switch, where all you'd have to do is just reach over there.
Oh, well,
and get
that's
the
easier.
switch.
I know how to do remotes.
But that's another thing that I'm going to do while we're here, because I've never went ahead and hooked up the remote switch, and it's really easy to hook up. But all right, people, don't judge me, okay?
It's a no judgment zone.
Yeah, I hope so. But anyway, as near as we could tell, it appeared that the temperature got down to around 25 degrees last night, and not as much wind as they predicted. I looked at the thermometer outside around 8 o'clock this morning, and it showed to be around 28.
Yes.
Now, when I look at the thermometer right now, which is hanging on the side of the trailer outside, it shows the temperature to be a little over 50 degrees. However, the sun's shining directly on it.
So that's not a
So I don't think that's very accurate, but
it doesn't feel that
it doesn't feel that bad, especially when you're out here in the sun. It's really quite comfortable.
Sun, no wind.
Yeah.
And we got our jackets on,
Yeah.
so we're comfy.
Yeah, we're fine. Right now, I've got we've got the auxiliary panels mounted on top of the van. I strategically positioned the van to get the best sun that we could in this particular situation to augment the panels that are on top of the trailer.
Did you want to talk about what our batteries were?
Yeah, I guess so. We started out at, like last night when we turned it on, we were at 89%, and this morning we were around 50%. But we ran the heat pump all night.
Yes.
You know.
And it kicked on. I mean, you heard it, because when the heat pump kicks on, you hear the, what's the other thingy that kicks on?
The automatic transfer switch.
Yeah, okay. And,
is that what you were referring to?
I have no idea, but you hear it kick on.
Anyway,
Hey.
if nothing can ever happen to me, because if
That's
it
why
does,
I said
she'll
write
have
it
to-
all down.
Oh, just write it down. So when I'm on my deathbed, she'll say, "Oh, Bill, by the way,
Write this down.
Before you go, would you write this down?
Would you please write all this
So I'll
down?"
know how to do this, and that."
But it was pretty cool. It was cool,
Yeah.
the electricity to be off and just, flip of a couple of buttons.
Yeah.
And,
Only one button,
okay. And the
because
electricity.
the automatic transfer switch does all the other all by
and
itself.
so that was very cool.
Yeah.
And in just a little bit, we were
Little
back up to 68 degrees.
Yeah.
He's in a mood today.
Well, you kind of woke up in a mood.
I think I'm a fixin' to send him out to pasture.
You kind of, you kind of woke up in a mood yourself.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I'm perfect with me and Mary Poppins.
you and Mary Poppins. Anyway, let me get back to what I was fixing to tell him a while ago before
Okay.
I was so rudely interrupted.
Sorry.
The panels on the van, believe it or not, which are two 200-watt panels, they are making 239 watts into the battery bank. The panels on top of the trailer, which is 4 200-watt panels, are making 69 watts into the battery bank. And, we've talked about that. Well, we're on the subject. We'll talk about it for a little bit. Again, just because you might have 800 watts on top of your trailer, or whatever, when you hear people say, I got 800 watts or I got 1200 watts, that still only means that in optimum conditions, when you've got direct sunlight hitting them, that you're actually going to make that kind of power. And maybe not even then. I mean, you'll get close. So generally speaking, that's why when people set up panels, they do what we call over panel, to cover the deficit, because there will be a deficit. There's so many things that come into play to make sure that your panels make the kind of power that you need them to make.
And the sun is
it's over there.
It's not up here.
Pretty low to the horizon this time of year. Of course, as time goes on, because we've already passed the winter equinox, the sun is gradually going to start rising in the sky a little bit each day, which means that the daylight hours will get a little longer each day. We won't really start seeing a major difference though for about 4 to 6 weeks. And even then, it won't be what we really want to see.
No, but it'll be an improvement.
Yeah. So, that's one reason why. Now, the van is parked out here where I'm getting pretty good sunlight. But still, if I want to take the time to pull the panels off of the van, set them on the ground on the stands that I have where I can, get the optimum angle of attack from the sun, I can produce a whole lot more than what they're doing now.
But since we're plugged into electricity,
we're plugged into power, and so the charger, one of the chargers, is going inside the trailer as well. So right now we've got the panels on top of the trailer making a little bit of power, not as much as the panels on top of the van because of where they are positioned in relation to the sun. But altogether, we got 3 items, bringing the battery bank back up. And if we were to have the same kind of issue this evening, our battery bank will be pretty much topped off. And we have no doubt we can get through. Yeah, we have no doubt that we can get through.
No.
With no problem.
No.
But anyway, that's something else to always keep in the back of your mind. Now, we also got a message from one of our followers up in, I believe, Albion, Indiana. They sent us a text, and they said, "Hi, Bill and Deb. We hope you are keeping warm. I wanted to send you a snapshot of our weather this morning. Pretty darn cold.
I'm sorry.
One of our local highway departments couldn't keep their trucks from freezing up, so they couldn't plow or salt the roads. Multiple vehicles are getting stuck on the roads, unable to move, so they just shut the roads down. Take care and stay warm." Well, we really feel for you folks up in that area, up in the Albion. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Let's hope this storm blows through, and that's the end. This is ridiculous.
Well, sweetheart, it's...
I know.
It's December. It's going to be January shortly. No, we're going to have more. But it's a shame, that the folks are having to endure those kind of conditions. And they sent us a snapshot of the weather report, the current conditions at the time when they sent us the email this morning. And I'm flashing that up on the screen for you right now, showing the current condition. At this time, it was 8:28 this morning, minus 8 degrees, a real feel of minus 34. Winds were west-southwest at 14 miles per hour with a maximum wind gusts to 29 miles per hour. Wow.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We feel sorry for you folks. And another one, if y'all remember Dan and Jan, we did a walkthrough video on their trailer when we had the fall Tiny House Adventures Rendezvous in Arkansas. And they said, "Glad you are in warmer weather in Florida, as our wind chill was 41 below on Wednesday. Today, Saturday, we are to have a high of 16 degrees here in Council Bluffs, Iowa." Another spot in Iowa. Always look forward to seeing your videos. Blessings, Dan and Jan.
That's sweet. We've had several reach out to us. Diana Kay reached out to me this morning, wanted to know how we fared.
She's back in Arkansas.
And she's in Arkansas. And of course, I spoke to the daughter this morning, our daughter Melinda, and she was telling me how icy the roads are there in Bella Vista, where she is, and that they're still staying home.
Yeah.
And they had gotten a message from the electric company that said they were going to have to do some controlled blackouts.
Yeah,
please lower your
rolling
thermostats.
blackouts.
Anyway, and
So,
but hopefully by Monday this will have.
yeah, you know, and conditions will start to improve and
Yeah.
get even better as we move on towards the middle of the week. But we did just fine overnight, of course, because of where we are. And we've said this before. This is why we built the trailer.
This is why we did this. It's just now we're thinking maybe we need to be further south.
Yeah. I told Deb, I said, next year we're not going to stop till we get to Everglades National Forest.
Just gotta keep
So,
trucking.
you know, but we hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend with the Christmas holiday and everything. Enjoy visiting with family and friends. And I guess we'll see you all next week.
Yeah.
You probably won't hear from us tomorrow, but hopefully conditions will start to improve for everybody, you know, that's being affected by Elliott. I think it, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they name this storm Elliott?
I don't know. I know
Yeah.
you've told me, but it didn't click.
But I'm real tickled that AccuWeather was slightly inaccurate and we're not having the wind. In fact, right now, if I look real closely to trees, I don't see a single leaf fluttering. Well, no, I take that back. I just saw a leaf.
That's why I'm going to go ahead and set up the gazelle.
Well, and I'm sorry to say this, but I saw, and I don't know if they call them leaves, but on that palm tree
It's a
there, I
frog.
saw something flutter
on
a
that
little
palm
bit there.
tree over there by the
Yeah.
green grass.
Yeah, over there by the green grass. Sorry, folks.
Sorry, we had to rub
Sorry.
that in just a little
Anyway,
bit.
y'all take care. This is Bill and Deb with I Ride Tiny House Adventures, and you know exactly what we're going to say. We are not camping.
We're living.
You all get out there and do some living, and we will see you again one day next week. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Bye.